Okay, so everyone, today I am going to show you a few opening positions and you have to decide whose position is better, whites or blacks. So this is the first position. A few moves have been played by white and by black. Have a look at the position and try to decide who has a better position right. Yeah. And why, Darsh, you don't have to do that now. You can focus now. Yeah, Aradhya, why do you say white is better?
Because white has developed pieces
Okay, white has developed more pieces.
and castle.
And castle. Okay. You agree with that, Samir and Darsh? Do you like white's position more or do you like black's position more?
White's position.
Huh.
Many of the pieces may not be out yet.
Huh.
The pieces have more weight to go.
More way to go. Okay. All right. So let's break it down a bit. So first point is, white has taken how many pieces out so far?
Three.
Three. 1, 2, and 3. Black has taken no piece out. The bishop is open, and even this bishop is open. So they're like half out, right? I mean, you can come here also. It doesn't have to come all the way out. So this is open. This is open. So two pieces can come out. So that's like half development, right? So that's done. What is the mistake that black has done in this game so far? Okay, Samir.
So he hasn't taken out his pieces.
He hasn't taken out his pieces at all. That's true. And what has he done? Yeah,
He
Aradhya.
has moved pawns other than developed
Yeah,
pieces.
he has played a lot of pawn moves. This is something a lot of people do. Instead of taking out your pieces, you keep moving your pawns in the opening, and that's a mistake. That gives you bad positions. If you want to have good positions, play like white has done. 3 pieces out, and he has also castled. Now only one thing is left for white to do, which is Darsh. Darsh.
Open space should be.
For the king, that you can do anytime. It doesn't need to be done now. You can do it later whenever you have time. Just open a window for the game. But something more important, Aradhya.
Move the pawn to d3 to open up the.
Yeah, this bishop has to come out. See, some people develop everything on this side and forget about the pieces on this side. There's still a bishop left to come out, right? So you have to bring this
The
bishop
rooks
out.
usually stay on the last.
Rooks will come out at the end. Like after you play d3, you'll bring out the bishop here or here, and then you'll bring the queen, and then you connect the rooks and bring them to the center. You don't need to bring a rook out like this. That's not a good idea. If you bring it out like this, the rook is not anywhere doing anything, right? So it's better to develop your minor pieces, then move the queen out, connect your rooks. Once the rooks are connected, you bring them to the center. If there is an open line, you put the rook on the open line. That's the way to play this opening. So this position is much better for white than black because black has played too many pawn moves. I'm going to give you another position. 1 second.
So Mihir told me that one of his friends,
Huh.
he moved all his pawns forward like this and wasn't able to take out any of
So you cannot let your opponent do. I mean, this is bad for black because the position is bad for black because no pieces come out, right? So when somebody,
That someone did it.
yeah, but you should not even let the black pawn come here. You should have a pawn here. No? If white has a pawn in the center, then how can black bring both pawns to center? Anyway, next position will help you understand this.
All the pieces are fully messy. No, sir.
Okay.
White is not taking
Oh.
taking space in the center.
Okay, so this position, is it better for white or black is my question. Mihir says whose position is
Black.
better?
Black.
Black's position is better, says Mihir. Mihir also says why? Why is it Mihir?
Because black is taking more.
More space in the center, right? So both sides have developed one knight. Yeah, both sides have developed one knight. So the difference is in center control. In the opening, you want one of your pawns to be in the center. If your opponent allows you, you put both pawns in the center. So see, black has put both pawns in the center. He is covering the full line. All these squares are under his control. White is only controlling less space, very less space. Just moved one step. So this position is better for black. So center control is the number one thing. Number two thing in the opening is developing your pieces. And number three is getting your king to safety. These are the only three things you should do, not
the
pawn moves in the opening. After that, you can maneuver your pieces. Okay. Okay. Now let me show you the position that was reached next. I'll show you the moves so that you understand how this position is reached. Whose position is better? It's right now white to play. Whose position is better, whites or blacks? You can take some time, think, and then decide. Okay, let me start with Smile. What do you say? You like black's position better. What do you say, Dash? White. Samir, whose position do you like?
I like blacks.
You like blacks. Abhinav, whose position do you like more?
Black.
Okay, and Dhwani?
Black.
Okay, Aradhya?
Black.
Okay, now Mihir?
White.
Okay, so only Mihir and Dash are saying they like white's position. Everybody else likes black's position because why do you guys like black's position? Huh. White is developed, so then black is better. Oh, knights are developed, okay. So two knights are developed. And now Aradhi, why do you?
Because they can even capture the pawn.
How can they capture the pawn? It's our move, white's turn. If they capture this pawn, who will take the knight? This pawn is attacked, that's true.
Because they've developed their pieces.
Okay, okay. So here it's a struggle between development and center control. Who has the better position? The side that is developed more or the side that is not developed but is controlling the center?
Controlling center.
So here center control is more important because it's just the starting two moves. Pieces will come out later. The center control is more important because if you control this full side, now your pieces will be able to come out and become more active than blacks. These pieces will easily be kicked. For example, right now, immediately we can play e5, kick the knight. So that's why it's important to have a pawn in the center. If black had one pawn here, then white can't put both pawns in the center. Now black has to move the knight. Again kick. Knight has to again move again. Now you develop your pieces. So now you see, because you have more center control, your pieces can do more things than your opponent.
Move is better because it has center control and it has a space for the bishops and queens and all.
Yeah. That automatically happens when you push the D and D pawns. So there, white's position was better. So well done to both of you who decided white is better because center control. Center has to be controlled. Then you will have more grip in the position. Okay, next position I am going to show you. E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight A6, Bishop to B5, Knight F6, Pawn D3, Bishop to C5.
Confusing one.
Okay. Now you have to decide whose position is better. Black has just played Bishop C5. It is white's turn. Yes, Aradhya.
White.
Why do you say white's better?
Because they develop pieces and they're also putting space to take out the other bishop.
Even I would develop 3 pieces. You would develop 2 pieces. I would develop 3. So how are you saying you're better?
And
Open
black
this.
is in the corner.
Knights in the corner. Yeah, that is the main thing. See, development is not ahead for white. White has also developed 2. Black has developed 3. So that is one thing. There is a knight in the corner. Black played the knight to the corner instead of the center. So that is never a good idea. From here, you're only controlling 2 squares. If the knight was here, it's controlling 4 squares. So a knight in the center is double more active, double effective than a knight in the corner. So that is the main factor. There's one more important thing. White has a free something to capture right now.
Yes, sir. A knight.
Knight? That is not free. That's just a knight in the corner. That's not. You don't want to exchange this. Mine? Yeah, there's a pawn to take. He could have taken it last move itself. In the second move, when the knight came out, black didn't defend. So now it's a free pawn. That's another factor. Now I'll make a small change in the position. Now whose position is better? It is white's turn. It's white's
Still
turn
white.
right now.
Still white.
Still white.
Still white.
Are you sure?
Because his pieces are like all staying next to the king and there's no place for all the other pieces.
No, but I've taken 3 pieces out.
Yeah, but
Where else
the
will I
other
take?
pieces can't come out.
Which one? This piece.
All the other pieces.
Which other pieces? There's just one piece left to come out. No?
Bishop, queen can come only one step forward.
Even your queen come only one step here or here.
So blacks because
Huh?
it could check the king.
Oh, this check.
Yes.
But it's white's turn right now. It's not black's turn. Yes, Aradhya?
White is still.
Why? Why do you say white is still better? Do you agree with Mihir? He says the pieces here are not able to come out.
No, because you can't move the pawn to develop the bishop.
Yeah, so that's connected to what Mihir is saying, but the main factor is what you're saying. This bishop cannot come out because of
This
the other bishop. So this is a move that a lot of people make. Dhwani, you need to pay attention, otherwise you will make the same mistakes. Like this. A lot of people simply put a bishop here, thinking I have developed it. But that's as good as putting it here itself. That's even better. If you don't develop it, it's better than putting it here. If you put it here, not only is your bishop not happy, you're making the other bishop also not happy. So you're killing two pieces of yours by putting it here. So this is the worst place for a bishop to come out to. That blocks the d pawn, which blocks the c bishop. So the better square for this bishop would have been
The place will start.
no, even better. We don't want to develop it, na? Yeah, okay. Let's ask Aradhya.
C5.
Yeah, c5 is a good place, but in this position your pawn is hanging. So you might want to. It's already defended by the knight, so then there's no problem, right? So you can just develop your bishop to c5. Okay. Now let.
But
Yeah.
you should never ever do C4.
C4.
4 would be a bad move.
Which one? Pawn c4.
No, I'm saying bishop.
b4.
No,
That's
bishop
other.
C4.
Bishop cannot go to c4. How will bishop go to c4?
Oh yeah.
So bishop was here.
You
right?
mean D6?
No, he meant you cannot put a bishop here because pawn will take it. But that's not possible anyway. Now coming to what Samir told, this bishop check. Instead of putting it here, is it a better idea to give this check?
No.
Why not?
Because then pawn will push and that'll just kick your bishop.
Yeah. So that helps our opponent, that helps white. Because you will anyway have to move the bishop. And now white has more center control. This c pawn is not directly controlling the center, but it is still is. It's controlling d4, which is the center, right? So playing c3 is only helping white. So you are helping white by putting a check on d4. So the check doesn't help, it helps your opponent. Now let me ask you another question. So let's say after e4, e5, bishop came out, knight came. Now whose position is better? Is it white's or black's? This is a little later in the opening. You can think and decide.
Yeah, it's actually difficult.
Yeah.
Both
Yeah.
of the opponents have taken only like few pieces.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
better for black.
Why do you say it is better for black? Then?
Because it's developed two knights.
Three, no? There are three pieces out for black.
But two
So-
knights developed.
Two knights and a bishop. There are three pieces developed. And white is developed?
One.
Two. So that, when he's saying black is ahead in development, so black is better. Why do you say, yes, Aradhi, what do you say?
Black
and there is
more in development.
Okay. So you like black. Okay, Samir?
so I like black because it has developed more pieces
Okay.
and goes center control.
Center control is same. How is it more center control? You have a pawn d4, I have a pawn d4.
And the
Oh, bishop, that's same. Oh, you mean this knight's also controlling the center. That comes with development, right? It's fine. Do you like white or black in this book? Same reason, development. Okay. Abhinav, what do you like here, white or black? Okay. Now, let me give you another question. What will you play for black in this position? Yes, Aradhya.
pawn to D6.
Pawn to d6 says Aradhya. This is a very important position to understand because a lot of people lose games because of this exact factor. This position is what causes a lot of people to lose their games. You will understand why. Aradhya plays pawn to d6. What will others play? If you are black, what's your next move?
Yeah, I'm an R6.
You'll also play pawn d6. Okay.
Pawn D6.
You'll also play pawn d6.
It like
Opens up
more
your bishop.
space.
No, you're also opening up your bishop. So you're developing the bishop, right? By
Sir.
playing d6. Yes.
The first move you showed us, black only developed these two pieces.
Huh.
But then, black would have done a better move
Huh.
by taking these two pawns out first.
Yeah.
And then could have taken more center control of this place.
Yeah, but bishops can't come out like this. Okay, but yeah. Yeah, that will get there later. Right now, let's focus on this position. What will you play? Yeah,
Pawn D6.
b6. You want to bring the bishop here.
No, D6.
d6 to open up the bishop.
Not just that, sir.
Then
It also gives more support to the other bishop, which is
to the other bishop. Okay, all right, fine. So a lot of people are saying d6. Anybody else? If you're black, what will you do? Anyone else has decided? Okay, so this position is very important because you are not understanding that there is a threat. Pawn d6 is a blunder. This is why you will lose the game.
Sir, how is
This
it?
is why people lose games.
Sir, how is it?
Sir,
Try to find out.
sir,
What did white play last move? Did you check? If you don't see your opponent's last move, how can you make a move? Yes, Aradhya, why is it a mistake?
bishop f7.
Not just bishop, there's something better. Abhinav, why is this move a blunder? What will white do now?
Checkmate.
Where? Where is checkmate?
Bishop f7.
That's just a check. There's something better than bishop takes f7. Bishop f7 is definitely good. That's the threat you missed. But white will play knight takes f7. Bishop f7 is just winning a pawn and a check. Knight f7 is winning a rook. It's a fork to the queen and the rook, which means rook is gone. So the problem is you missed the threat completely. I had just played knight g5. So first thing you have to ask yourself is, what was my opponent's last move? The knight. Is it making a threat? It is. Because bishop is also looking at that pawn. This is the weakest pawn on the chessboard because it's only supported by a king. Every other pawn is supported by 2 pieces or 3 pieces or something stronger than a king. But this is protected only by a king, which means if you bring 2 pieces there, it will be problem for your king. So if your queen also comes there, if white's queen also comes here, it will be checkmate. Here is the bishop and knight. So what should
And if your
black...
queen comes then also it will be checkmate.
Yeah, if white had a queen here, it would have been checkmate in one move. So now you can take some time to think and decide what move should you play for black.
Sir,
You decided. Okay, Mihir first.
rook f8.
Rook to f8 says Mihir. Aradhya?
Castle.
Castle says Aradhya. Dhwani? Rook f8. So, those who are saying rook f8, isn't there a move better than rook f8?
Castle.
You can just castle. Na? Your rook will anyway come to f8.
So maybe.
Why do you want rook to come to f8? If you want rook to come to f8, do castling. Okay, what would you want to do, Samir? Yeah. What will you play?
Go 8-7 pawn.
Huh.
Move 8-6.
Okay. So
Okay,
one second. So does that stop knight takes f7, Mr. Samir? You are basically asking the knight to move. The knight. Please keep the clock here, Darsh. It's not a toy. So Samir, the knight anyway wants to go to f7. You are telling the knight go fast. Then he will go fast and take your f7 pawn. So that is not connected to stopping this threat. So the best move in the position and the only move right now is castling.
So what are we doing?
We were looking at opening, but you said you were joining intermediate today, na?
Yes,
You
sir,
you want?
my mom told that
Okay.
you skipped my name in the beginner match.
No, that's okay. That's just copy paste. I don't. It's not like I check everything. I just copy paste from the last week. So do you want to come in 5:50? Because anyway you missed half of the class. You want to stay back till 6:50? Join the next batch also. Then this batch you can just watch when they play, or you can come. Oh, you want to join this also?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. All right. So black's best move is castling. Now the question is, if white takes this pawn, what will you do? Are you ready to give up your rook?
No.
Then what will you do then?
Sir.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready. Queen
Queen e7. But then what was the point of castling then? You didn't defend the threat. If you're not going to take, then why did you castle?
So
You lost the f7 pawn, and now wherever the knight moves will be a check. Which means your king will be in trouble. You already lost a pawn, and you're probably going to lose more pieces. So that is not the way. That's not why you castled. Why did you castle? What was the whole point of castling?
Capture it.
You have to capture it. Why not? You have to capture the knight. You're getting a knight, and when the bishop takes the rook, you'll get a bishop also. So how is it bad for you? That is good for you. If somebody takes on f7 with a knight, protected by a bishop, you should just take it with the rook. Rook takes knight. If bishop takes back, king takes back. Thomas, hi.
Yes, so Thomas only.
So it is basically good for black. It's winning for black. Getting 2 pieces for a rook is better for the 2 pieces. It's not worse or equal. It's just better. Point wise, it is equal. Black got a knight and a bishop, 6 points. White got a pawn and a rook, 6 points. But black got 2 active pieces, 2 minor pieces. So that is good for black. It's winning for black. that brings us to the question, when the knight went to g5, when bishop was here and rook was here, when the knight came here, was this a good move for white? We moved the knight here. That's where I got your f7 pawn, because you didn't defend f7. Now you know that you will castle, and if I take, you will take. So is this move good? Yeah, sure. So is this move good? Mihir, you're saying it's good. Smile, what do you think? It's a good move by white, says Smile.
No.
You disagree. You're saying it's bad for white.
Huh?
Okay, and Aradhya?
It's a good move.
It's a good move. So it's a very important question to understand. Why it made a threat? Usually when you make a threat, it's good for your position. Right? You're making a knight better by going forward. Correct? But here in this case, it's still the opening. In the opening, we should bring our pieces out as fast as possible. So we are wasting one move with the knight. Black will just do what he wants. Black anyway wants to castle. So he will continue his development by castling. And now this knight over here is looking stupid over there. It's not doing anything.
It's useless.
Yeah, it's useless. It went there. Now it doesn't know what to do. So now black will kick this knight for free. He'll open the window, and while opening the window, the knight will get kicked out.
It's like this is a win. This is the window. This is the knight.
Yeah. So black just opens the window, which anyway he wants to do, and while opening it, knight gets kicked out of the park. Yeah. So that means this is not a good move by white. It makes a threat. Normally that's good, but here it is bad if black plays the correct move, which is castling. If black does not castle and defend f7, then black is gone. A lot of people lose just by losing the f7 pawn. The position collapses. Yes.
To defend and move,
Huh.
because white can capture that pawn.
F7 pawn.
Yeah.
That we already saw is bad for white. Now that's what we just saw. I'll
So,
just
but
make it.
then when the rook captures,
Huh.
this knight could have not. That rook should have not captured the knight.
Why would the rook not capture the
Because
knight?
the knight could have defended the bishop,
Defended which bishop?
the white bishop.
The knight defending white bishop?
Yeah.
How?
How?
How can all of this be possible? See, let's keep things very simple, Raj. White, if white plays knight takes, black will just take it and black will be better. So that means this knight is not doing any purpose, serving any purpose right now, which makes the position good for black. So if anybody attacks f7, you have to see it and you have to defend accordingly. Otherwise, you will get into trouble. Alright, so now we will start our game.